Good morning, and we'd like to begin this brand new study in the book of Acts with a little bit of background. The first two devotions that we're going to be looking at the purpose behind the book and looking at the activity and who really is participating in and through the book of Acts. So this will give us a little background. Luke carries the theme from the Gospel of Luke. The book of Acts is a sequel to the Gospel of Luke, and both are addressed to a man named Theophilus. Now, Theophilus means lover of God, could be a person or could be just a general public, but according to Acts 1:1, Luke's Gospel is to recount all that Jesus began to do and teach. So the book of Acts recounts what Jesus is doing. It's a continuation of the ministry of Jesus. Luke's purpose for writing the gospel, Luke 1, 3, and 4, is to give this orderly account from the ministry of Jesus and now to the continued work of Jesus with the church. So it's a 2-volume set, and he addresses it to Theophilus. It says most excellent Theophilus, which usually means that this is a very wealthy person or a person of prominence. The author's design, again, to give an account of the communication of the Holy Spirit and to establish the Gentiles' admission into Christ's church. The greater part of Acts may be resolved into a detailed history, a case of conversions, both successful and unsuccessful. Some 16 of the 28 chapters of Acts devoted exclusively to the labors of the Apostle Paul. So when we talk about the Acts of the Apostles, we're actually focusing on 2 apostles, not all the apostles. So that's kind of a misnomer. And we'll look later at who is really doing the actions in this book. Who wrote the book? Luke, a doctor who followed Paul and he was converted by the Apostle Paul, and the book even gives a little first-person account in Acts 16:10. So mentions Luke as a person that was involved with this particular ministry. Where are we? We're in prison in Rome, and it's Paul had appealed to Caesar, and it's worthy of noting that this appeal to Caesar would bring not only the message to Caesar, but also end in Paul's death. Luke does not mention Paul's death that occurred in 64 to 68 AD, and Nero broke out a persecution against the church in 64 AD. So we know that it was before 64 AD that the book was written. Some estimate between 60 and 62 while Paul was waiting in prison. Luke wrote with historical purpose to chronicle the start of the church and to verify the authenticity of the historical work of God. And Luke's purpose was also to disciple. And so this is a book of discipleship, and it shows the church as genuine spiritual work of God. Well, we're going to pick up next couple of days here, and so God bless.